Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yes, happy Wednesday. It is good to be with you all. Thank you for hanging out with us, spending some of your hump day here on 412 Productions. Jump into chat wherever you're watching, say hi. Let's do our little pre-show, and then we'll get started here at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock hour. Q-Oys, Silbor, good to see you over on D-Live. What's up, guys? Hope you're all well. Over on Rumble, we've got Deanne says hi all on their way from the Daddy Dragon. Hope you're well over the pond. We're doing great. I see Jingle Blue over there as well. Joe Elaine doing her mod thing. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us over on Rumble. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and share the link. And of course on pilled.net, which is the exclusive place to watch hour number 2 of the broadcast. So make sure you guys find your way over to pilled.net before too long. Get yourself comfy and situated. In the comfy bunker, we've got Floyd, Due Diligence, hooking us up with a cookie. A 2.5-inch thick, 4-pound Wagyu steak cookie. Delicious. Thank you, Floyd. Appreciate you, man. HL Paco in the house. Lance Lightspear, Patriot 714. Great to see you guys. Of course, there's Joe, our super mod everywhere, helping us out. Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate all you do. As always, Ken Chris, good to see our Harold. There's Lyle and Jenny, Packers 412. Curious one, much love, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Pip's mom across the pond over in Wales. Great to see you. Hope all is well. Hey, Barb Robbins. Hope you're having a good day too. Let's see who else is out there hanging with us. DX in the house. Good afternoon, Mr. Gerardo. What's going on? Snow Bunny 68. Laura Y. Repping the 412. Great to see you. We got Roy Stones and Bones over on the West Coast. Mad Joker in the house. Tweety 52. Great to see you as well. Best Nani ever. Welcome. Raven 2000. Lucy Anders out there. What's up, guys? Soldier American. Good to see you. Joe Lane hooking us up with a can. Thank you, Joe. Cheers. Cali Patriot 14. Welcome. Brian 1871. Dave 75. Crockett Man 62. Good to be with you guys all on this Wednesday afternoon. Where is everybody? I am already through the entire chat, and it is 3:57. All you lurkers need to get in there and not leave me hanging out to dry here. Otherwise, we're shutting down the show and canceling the broadcast. That's right. I don't start seeing a bunch of new names popping in. Just turning it off. Go take a nap. Just kidding. Let's see. Anybody else popping in over on D-Live? No. Over on Rumble. Oh, we got a few other people on Rumble, it looks like. Well, just one. Alan Blend. Good to see you, Alan. Hope you're having a good day over there. And yeah, slow day. Slow day here on 412 Productions. That's all right. I'm sure we'll have a fine broadcast regardless. Oh, man. Maybe there's something in the air. I've been tired and lethargic all day myself, so maybe chat's just feeling it well. Shell Sims, good to see you. Seaside Lady, MJ43074. DCM 17 says working, not lurking. All good, man. Too quick. Good to see you. What's up, guys? Braves Piano hooking us up with a cookie. There's Molon Lave. Kaiman checking in from South Africa. What's up, Kaiman? How you doing? Tojo 1962. Hello. Daddy Dragon on the way, ear and all. Yeah, I heard he's got like an ear infection. Chunk Monkey, good to see you. A desert rat out there as well. What's up, guys? Good to be with you all. Well, I'm just gonna start the broadcast because it's 3:59. Yeah, we'll just start the show. All right, we'll be right back.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
y'all for tuning in. Patriots united, doing what we gotta do to win. Be addicted to MS7, now we're moving in. And once we take over, we won't ever move again. Where we go on, we go all. I say it with pride. No, we won't run, we won't fall. We're right by your side. The demons have taken hold, but none of us will abide. Stand strong and stand bold, that's how we'll survive. 412 is the production. Monday through Friday, deplorable discussions. We're making it hard for the deep state to function. Every time they switch up the narrative, we debunk it. Electoral is the power that's controlling the plight. With all you patriots behind them, cause we're all in this fight. So many rhyme for so long, but we're giving them sight. Trapped in the world of darkness, but we're bringing them light. You may even find yourself in a different life. A lot of us have, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. Because exactly where you are at this moment in life is where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. It's all by design, the patriots are holding the line. They must have lost theirs, thinking they're controlling our minds. So many trapped in mental prisons don't know they're confined. They're just slaves in the system till the roles are assigned. That's sad, the good news is that we're waking them up. They have monopolies on minds, but we're breaking them up. Everything you thought was news, they were making it up. When we ascend, all the tyrants won't be making the cut. Let them all burn in the hellscape they create. We the people already mapped out our escape. We hold each other by the hand as we all elevate and go to a different place. They can never get chased. When I look into the future, I can see that it's bright. When this history is written, they will see that we're right. We formed our own community and the circle is tight. But I expand the circle with every word that I write. The pen is sharper than the sword when you wield it with might. Why do you think they try to kick us off all the sights? These people hate America, punish us out of spite. We are the beacons of hope in the darkness of night. So let's go, strap in, yeah, get ready for the ride. Watch the water, we're witnessing the turning of the tide. Feel the passion and the fire that you got burning inside. Take the narrative they're feeding you and turn it to the side. We're alerted to the lies, we're preaching with the truth. We know the plan they devised, they're invading the youth. Now we're only and advised to start raising our boots. These demons all weaponized. Now we're raising our troops. Now we're raising the boot and sounding the alarm. Remember that it's always darkest before the dawn. Life is a game of chess. They want to use you as a pawn. You're only useful until you're not useful. Then you're gone, but not us. We're on the right team where we belong. Everybody is invited, so come follow along. We refuse to say things are right, knowing they're wrong. Admiral Nero, take the mic and take flight, cause it's on.
And now, straight from the Steel City, it's your host, 412 Admiral Nero.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's get this show officially underway. Happy Wednesday. It is June 5th, 2024. And my name is Admiral Nero. And because it is the first Wednesday of the month, we've got Graham Moore, aka Daddy Dragon, joining the panel along with my OG, Mr. Tennessee Homesteader. Both going to be riding shotgun with me for the next couple of hours. And I'm guessing Pinata will be in here soon as well. Daddy Dragon, you got a little bit of an ear infection holding you down here. How you been though, man? Other than the unfortunate situation with your ear.
I am absolutely fine. I'll be going into some detail, but we are now. So I'm in an election, a general election in England, in a place called Chorley. And if anyone watched, for example, Q and other bits and pieces, you'll know that a lot of the speakers of the different houses around the world, parliamentarians, if you want to call them that, House of Representatives, they come over to England and they went to this particular hall. I think it was called, I'm not sure what it called. Someone would tell me in the chat what it was called, what hall it was. That's where I'm standing. So I'm trying to knock out the Speaker of the Houses of Parliament.
Nice. That's exciting. That's very, very cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. We'll get into more detail around that in a little bit after we take care of our sponsors and get through some of the housekeeping here. But it's great to have you back, Graham, as always. I'm looking forward to getting your thoughts on what's going on over there and some of the nonsense happening on our side of the pond as well. Let's say hi to Tennessee Homesteader. TN, how you doing?
How-do. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day, sir.
We're beyond the hump, so that's a good thing. And Daddy's way beyond the hump because he's got a heck of a lead on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's okay except that enough with the rain already.
Yeah, we're good.
I have more mushrooms coming out. None of them useful.
No, not the fun kind.
Neither an edible nor fun. and some of them are really bad if you even have them. So, but with all the water we're having,
Yeah.
it's a crazy. But it never hurts to have plenty of water,
Nope. Nope. I guess
particularly if
not.
you're running an illegal rain catch operation.
Yeah.
Which is not in Tennessee, but as a matter of fact, that was the subject of today. How many people are at our at my Wednesday gathering with my fellowship? Was the discussion was the setting up of rain catch systems in preparation.
Yeah. Well, make sure you keep it on the down low. You wouldn't want the feds coming in and
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
imagine being fined or doing time for catching rain. I mean, that's the state of this country right now. It's absolutely absurd.
Well, the next thing is going to be citations for not having an umbrella because you catch rain then.
Yeah, right.
You're
Seriously.
getting wet. You caught rain. Your clothes are wet.
Yeah. We know you're gonna go home and wring that out into a bucket.
Exactly. It's
Um,
getting insane, I tell you. There are
real-
states that do have laws against catching rain. It's ridiculous. But if power issues could happen, the first thing that's going to go is water, because all the municipality, particularly if you're on a well, your power runs your pump. If you're on municipal water, most of them have pumps. They don't have necessarily gravity fed. So there you go. Anyways, that's it. That's my PSA for the day.
PSA for the day. Right on. Well, thank you guys both for being here, and I'll just take one quick look. Looks like Pinata is going to be a minute still, so I'm going to go ahead and get our sponsor lined up for today, and we've got two great sponsors as always. First one, our friends at Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com, run by our friend Jolene up in Montana, an amazing company making amazing products. The CBD products are fantastic. There's CBD oil tinctures, all the ingredients for which are locally and organically grown on small Montana farms. The flavors taste amazing: orange, ginger, bergamot, huckleberry, cinnamon bliss, peppermint, cherry. Something for everybody there. You got CBD oil for pets, Delta 8 R&R nighttime gummies to help you get a good night's sleep. Check out the elderberry tonic to boost your immune system, the white pine needle extract to help detox the body, fire cider to clear those sinuses, great this time of year with allergies being an issue. So if you're having trouble breathing and getting all stuffed up, that can offer some quick relief. Arnica salve, it's great for sore joints and muscles. It's got CBD infused. It's a topical cream, or you can get it without the CBD if you prefer. Check out the teas they have to offer. A few different tea blends, from elderberry tea, golden potion, serenity, sunshine and pine needle tea. Is basically another version of the white pine needle extract product. And then, of course, the critter juice, keeping the mosquitoes and insects away. Absolutely love the critter juice. It is a fantastic and effective product. It works great. It smells good. It doesn't feel oily and gross on your skin. I absolutely swear by it this time of year. Promo code 412 gets you 10% off your order. So go to earthgardenbotanicals.com and load up that cart. Say hi to Jolene for us. And yeah, you will be very, very happy that you bought some of these, because they are fantastic products. Our other sponsor today is our friends at Diamond Soap Co. DiamondSoapCo.com, an amazing America First company. We love them so much. Diamond Soap Co. Is run by Harold and Laura, who are Air Force Intel vets. They've been married over 33 years. They make all their soaps and all their body butters handmade here in the United States. It's as America First as it gets. Veteran owned and operated, family owned and operated, and the products are amazing. Scents like green tea, cucumber, lemongrass, plumeria, frankincense, and myrrh. My favorites: bonfire and Kentucky bourbon. You got Island Escape. There's something here again for everybody, for everybody's taste. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hoodie. They got men and women's t-shirts and hoodies, all kind of good stuff here, guys, over at diamondsoapco.com. Promo code 412 gets you 17% off your order. And it's a great way to support the parallel economy, because we all use soap, or we all should be using soap on a regular basis. So rather than mindlessly buying it from whatever big box retailer or whatever manufacturer, globalist manufacturer typically sells it by the brick. This is a great opportunity to, like I said, change those buying habits and support an America First, small, family owned business. So it's diamondsoapco.com, promo code 412 for 17% off. So big thank you to all of you out there who continue to support our sponsors. And yeah, and big thank you to the sponsors for continuing to support the show. Guys, please hit that red pill button if you haven't already done so. We always appreciate you guys doing that. Repost the show if you haven't done that already too. Share the link out there wherever you're watching. And yeah, again, thank you all for spending some of your Wednesday afternoon with us. Drunk Pinata's in the waiting room. Trying to get him up here. There we go. So let's introduce Pinata, see what he had going on today, and then we'll toss it to Daddy Dragon here in a minute. Drunk Pinata, happy Wednesday, buddy. How was your show today?
The big theme is that because they were not able to get a backdoor sweetheart deal and sweep Hunter Biden's charges, on all of them under the rug, past the statute of limitations. Well, obviously, Joe Biden doesn't have any power or influence of the Justice Department, because why would his son be on trial? If so, obviously he had nothing to do with Trump or anything to do with that. No, because Hunter Biden's on trial. Well, no, Hunter Biden's only on trial because of the whistleblowers and people and all that seeing the light of day and not being swept under the rug. So that was the big talking point that went out across every platform. I'm talking about, you went to The View, MSNBC, CNN. It was every independent on YouTube, all the supposedly independent creators on YouTube. Everybody, same talking point in the last 12 hours.
They have to use that because it's a minor offense, relatively speaking, compared to the things that are already documented via his laptop.
Yeah. And
So
by the way, the laptop was entered into evidence. So any further talk about it not being legitimate is completely dead.
And there are a few that are pushing that narrative, but yep, it's dead. All right.
I don't understand how they could even try to push that narrative at this point after it's
particularly when the FBI has said, yep, it's valid. Right. Yeah. So it's like, well, okay, so which way is it? You know, is it disinfo or is it real?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. But no, great to be with you, Pinata. Did you have any media clips you wanted to share before we move on here?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I'm sure we'll have something to come up when the topic arises.
Sounds good. Well, let's toss
hey, Adel, two things. One on Diamond Soap and the other one on Earth Garden Botanicals. Yeah. So Diamond Soap, you know how you can tell the quality? Check out the non-residue that's left in your shower from the soap. No scum, no soap scum, that kind of deal. And as relates to Jolene's, I was going to ask, how do you make a joint sore?
How's that?
You Bogart it.
Well done. Well done. Dan Homestead.
Okay, that's my dad joke for the day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday all week, every week.
Yeah. Russ, come on, Russ. Gotta step it up, bud.
All right, let's toss things over to Daddy Dragon. Graham, it's great to be back with you, man. What's going on over on your side of the pond? You mentioned you're in an election right now. Tell us all about that. You kind of gave us a quick high level view at the very beginning, but yeah, let's get into that a little bit. So what exactly are you running yourself or?
Yeah, no, so I'm running in the show. I'm running in the show, and it is a show, really. I'm running in the election at a place called Chorley, which is in the north of England, in a place called Lancashire. The place I'm running in is very English. They've got some beautiful churches there. It is quintessentially an English area, and again, so we're there. We're going to be running there. We're also running. We've got candidates in Roxbourne in Hertfordshire. Where else have we got? And again, that's against the Tory. We've got Colin who is Colin Birch, who's running in Romford in Essex. And again, that's sort of just on the outskirts of East London. And we've got Joseph Grinhlar, who is running in a place called St Helens. And then we've got Brett, who I spoke about earlier, Brett Fruin. He's actually running in Broxbourne. So again, you've got, so we should have 4. There could be 5. I doubt if there's going to be a 5th one. We could have had 30 odd candidates if we had the money, but we didn't have the money. And that's obviously going to cause a problem because we're not promoted and the mainstream media don't promote us, etc. So what are we actually standing for? 1, the English Constitution, as it says on the tin. The Constitution is the solution. The English Constitution Party. Nigel Farage has literally just stepped back into the frame with another party called Reform UK. Just to let you all know, you cannot reform the UK. You cannot reform the Uni Party. The deep state is the deep state. The permanent unelected bureaucracy is there and needs to be taken down. The only real way of doing that is English independence. Real nationalists, constitutionalists, as we are the purest form of anti-globalist. So that's basically what we're doing. Again, Farage is taking the lead of the Reform Party. Anyone who believes Farage is a good person, I know a lot of Americans don't realise this, we call him Benedict Arnold Mark II. He does not, he says he regards himself as an Englishman. He could have easily have assisted in getting us out of the European Union in 2014 and out of the British Union when Scotland held a referendum. Instead, he went up there and persuaded them, and he got egged for it. He persuaded them to stay in the Union, and they marginally lost the referendum. We believe that England should be independent again, and again, England would mirror, because America is mirrored on England and how England is structured. We would go back to that. So we're also standing up for pensioners and working class people. No one out there is doing that. No one is standing up for people with disabilities. Brett Fruin, for example, is on dialysis and yet he's still running in an election. And obviously myself, I'm quite ill in a number of different ways. But again, I've got this poxy ear infection as well. So there's quite a bit going on. Farage was, and it was a ruse, right? Someone threw a McDonald's milkshake over him yesterday. It's all been promoted, you know, it's all in the papers. This is what we're doing, and they're trying to get the joint publicity. It turns out that the woman who did it is one of them. The only thing that she did differently was that she put on, let me just say, the baggy clothing that is in a lot of places preferred by working class people. In other words, she sort of tried to make herself out to be something that she wasn't. So that's that. There's lots of different things going on. Again, Rishi Sunak is he's nailed on to lose. Keir Starmer is a Fabian. If anyone wants to know what the Fabians are, go and read a book, The Fabian Highway into the USA. It's available on PDF. And if anyone in America wants to know what's going on, you should read that. The Fabian Society are Marxists. This whole plan to destroy England and destroy America is on exactly the same wavelength, right? It's the same blueprint to destroy England as it is to destroy America. FEMA regions in America, regionalisation of England. Why? Because we have the common law jurisdiction, and the common law and constitution of England and the United States of America is the purest form of social justice. And I'm not talking about social justice warriors. and all these lemons and communists, etc. I'm just talking about the real law and separation of powers. But before I do go on, I just want to show you this. Mark, who's going to come on the camera in a minute and say hello to you, right, with his
Yeah.
lovely hat on. I'm going to show you this, right? So there it is there. Right, Mark collects these, and I thought it'd be interesting. There is Keck, and we've got someone called Sir Keck. Right, this is a 1 ounce silver thing. I'm just letting you see it because I like them, right? And there is 1,000 francs, and that's like wherever it was, Keckland. Now this one, people should like this again, 1 ounce silver. Have a look at this, right? Just have a look at that. Where we
Cool.
go one, we go all, right?
I've got one of those too. They're sweet. Yeah.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like it. And then on the back, it's got God bless the United States of America. So Mark's got that. We love America, especially we love the southern states, which are the ones that really understood the independent side of this, right? God bless America. And there's the Screaming Eagle on there, solid silver. So they're Mark's.
You
And
see mine
Mark's
there?
going to show you his hat. Here, Mark, come and say hello to him, right? And this is so the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going around the country to different people and everything. So everyone understands it ain't just me. There's a whole team of us, right? But I'm now broadcasting on a laptop. That's Mark's TV that he normally does his gaming on and watching all these videos in the kitchen. We've hijacked his house and created a studio. We got builders lights on the left. We got some other light on there. The laptop's on 3 books, right? And you got a proper studio, right? So Mark's going to say hello to you, and he's going to show. This is EP 70, and he's going to show you his hat.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Yeah, hi, Adel. Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you
Finally.
too.
I've watched you for a long time.
Oh, it's great. Great to meet you
Yeah,
too, man.
right back into
Welcome to
living.
the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. How are we all doing?
Oh, we're doing good, man. Doing good. Excited to have Graham and yourself on today, hearing all about this stuff. So you got a cool hat you want to show us, huh?
Yeah, well, I've got it on. Graham thought it was pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
me Punisher hat. I've also got my Trump 2020 hat that will be going back on soon. The original. I'm not going to buy a 2024 one because he won in 2020, didn't he? So
Right on. He sure did.
I'll put that hat back on.
Hell yeah.
I'll leave you to it. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
It's a pleasure to
See you
meet you
soon.
too, Mark. Yeah, keep rocking the hat. Keep rocking the Trump 2020. Absolutely.
Will do, brother.
Yeah.
Fun back there. So there you go. Again, makeshift studio. Mark's house. His wife's looking after me. She's even given me a water bottle for me earache. Which look at the love art. So everyone out there say, "Oh, I've got that and put it on my ear roll." So they're looking after Daddy Dragon. I got my medication. I got different bits and pieces. Had a really lovely meal and everything. So what our plan is to be going around. So I'm in Chorley, which is about 40 minutes away from here. Another place that we're standing, which is near Liverpool, which is for the American audience, is a place called St Helens North. That's where Joe's standing. And then we've got the other two, which one is in Hertfordshire, which is just on the other side of London, and the other is literally on the other side of London. Hertfordshire and Essex are two areas that butt onto each other. So the shires, just to make sure everyone understands, and the counties of England, the shires and the county of England are the equivalent to your states, right? So again, they used to have their own fully independent democracy and a council chamber, and they make laws, but it couldn't conflict with English constitutional laws. So again, that's basically what we're doing. We've got all our leaflets going out, which is quite stressful, trying to get it all done because they attack smaller parties. This is all geared up for the big, in effect, the Labour Party, the Conservative and Union Party, the Liberal Democrats over here against Saunders over on your side of the pond. His brother over here is a member of and stood for the Liberal Democrats over here. So it's the communist setup. We call Britain Soviet Britain. So, I mean, that's basically what's going on. And then obviously we're watching what's going on in the US as well.
Well, before we get to the US, I got a couple questions. How does it look like the election, the polling? Are you guys feeling you have a pretty good chance to win some of these seats?
I've got to be honest with you. This is the strangest election I've ever seen. I have never seen so many pissed off people in my life. I mean, when we went out to get our 10 signatures to stand in the election, people was like, there weren't no, sometimes you have to persuade people. There was none of that. It was give it here, right? They want to see other people elected. George Galloway, who is a lefty, I quite like him, but he is a lefty. He's doing really well. I don't know who funds what he's doing at the moment. A lot of what he says and does, I agree with. So the atmosphere, so what Farage is involved with, people are not really interested. The polls are trying to suggest they're up there, but somewhere in the region now of 70 to 80% of people are not voting. So there is another campaign that we're involved with, which is to write on the ballot, slightly different to America, although Texas can do this because they adopted the English common law in its entirety on their state constitution. You can actually write on your ballot, I do not consent. If you get more people write that and put it in the ballot box, they count that over here. And it's called a spoilt ballot, but it's not a spoilt ballot because they count it. But I do not consent. And then there was a case in 1703 called Ashby versus White. That case wasn't just about voting rights. It was also about the separation of powers. And it was also about the monarch's powers, right? So the monarchy and the courts stepped in because Parliament had overstepped and they wanted to be an absolute power over all elections. And the other two powers of separation stepped in and said, no, we're not having it. It was a massive case at the time. All the alehouses were speaking about it. All the newspapers and print was talking about it. You know, normal working men of 1703 was all talking about it because it was a massive scandal of what happened. But that law is constitutional law. And we have basically what's known as a common law constitution. And it set a precedent, and the precedent basically means by law they have to count spoilt ballots. And if you write I do not consent on that ballot, so if you haven't got us to vote for and you don't want to vote for reform, you can't stand Farage, you can't stand Tice, which is the sidekick of a lemon that he's got with him, who happens to be a multimillionaire, who happens to be a liar. He was complicit in the COVID-19 stuff. He actually said that carers over here, if they didn't take the jab, should be fired. And bearing in mind, the lady of this house is a carer and she works 14 hours a day, 5 days a week minimum. She's an hard worker and all that, caring for elderly people, goes around their houses, cooks them something to eat, gives them their medication, all that stuff. And she didn't have a jab. And she was threatened with a sack. And she said, I'm not having it, right? So again, the Farage mob, if you want to call it that, were the ones who was saying, they was trying to coerce people. I'm not forgiving that. They should come out and apologise. A bit like Trump. Trump should make. I don't know what's going on with him. He should come out and make a statement about all of that. But on the other side of the fence, you've also got, there was a big event in London last weekend. How many people went to that event at Tommy Robinson's? Maybe 200,000 people went to London. A lot of them had English flags. I'm not a lover of Tommy Robinson, only because of his stance with Zionism, etc. I'm not into what's going on out there or Ukraine. You know, I'm just a normal everyday. The only people who are going to be getting hurt here is women, kids, and us, right? Because it's a cull. That's all they're looking for, is culling us. And in my opinion, taking people into London was the wrong thing. If Tommy Robinson was to switch his stance and actually listen to the other side of of things over here. And again, Gerard Batten is an English constitutionalist, or he's an English constitutionalist, an English nationalist. He's actually stated the only way you're going to get rid of these people is English nationalism now. And again, Farage is the one who's stitched us up. So that event last weekend, I told people don't go to it. I wasn't asked to speak. I'm not really. I have said I would defend Tommy Robinson. I call him Tommy Talmud Robinson. I would defend him in court if I needed to, or if he asked me. But he never would. He's my opinion now, and I've seen some of his old cases. He's a grifter, and I'm not into that. I mean, most of my legal elements that I do as a paralegal, I don't charge a fee, and I've won 9 out of 10 cases. So again, people just need to understand that there's people that care, and the people who are real patriots and care about working class people, and that's what we do. So. Yeah, there's loads going on. There's so much going on. It's unreal. And I've seen everything kicking off in America with, Trump getting guilties and all sorts of strange things happening over there. Something tells me there's some serious optics going on. So hopefully we'll see.
Before we get into America,
our election is 4th of July.
Oh wow, how about that? So I have more questions though, Daddy Dragon. So let's say you guys managed to win all 5 of your seats, right? So I don't know how many total members of parliament there are, but I imagine 5 isn't a super significant number. So with 5 members going in there, what can you guys accomplish? What kind of floor time can you guys get? What kind of exposure? Like, how do you build off of 5? Right, and what can you get done in the short term, and how can that help you grow the movement into other areas and get more backup, more support? Like, what's the plan beyond just getting these first 5 in?
Well, there's a number of things that people need to understand about our election process. So so there's 650 MPs in the British members of Parliament in the British Parliament, right? It's a union parliament. It's not an English parliament. It's not a Scottish parliament. It's what's known as a union parliament. What's really important for everyone out there to understand is the SNP, Scottish National Party, have got something like 56, 57 MPs who are Scottish in that parliament, right? The English have no parliamentarians whatsoever. Not a single parliamentarian will stand up and say, I'm English, not British, right? Whereas the Scottish National Party stands up there and says, I'm Scottish, not English. The Welsh nationalists will stand up and say, I'm Welsh, not British. The Irish will stand up and say, I'm Irish, not British. And all I'm saying to you is there isn't a single English member of Parliament. You get one elected. Let me just say this to you. If I was elected as a member of Parliament for Chorley, the first thing that happens is they have to re-elect a Speaker of the House, because the current Speaker is situated in Chorley, right? People don't normally stand against him, but we're not a normal party and we are standing against him. That means they immediately have to re-elect another Speaker, right? And then if I'm elected in his position as a Member of Parliament, it will be the first English Member of Parliament to walk through them doors. And I can tell you now, you will get a Cromwell type speech like you've never seen in your life. I will rip them a new one politely, assertively, and I will tell those parliamentarians and that parliament that what they have been doing is unconstitutional, ultra-vires, and we, the people, are taking back this country. And by this country, I mean England. So that's the first thing. There's potentially 5 of us. Any one of them can stand up and make that speech. The other thing that people don't realise, if you get 2 members of Parliament elected in a general election, the system then gives you £400,000 a year for the party. That means you can professionalize. It means you can employ people, a campaigns manager, your own artwork manager. Again, all of that can be professionalized. And again, we won't be paying fortunes, but it's better to pay something than nothing. So the
Right.
volunteer element of it is removed, and you then got people. If you increase, so if you got 5, you're talking maybe 500,000-600,000 a year. That's to the party. So then on top of that, the members of parliament get £86,000 a year and £250,000 a year to run their own parliamentary office. Again, we've got people and volunteers coming in that we know the law, right? And any law and we will be standing up talking about the English Bill of Rights, because yes, we do have one. We don't need a British Bill of Rights, which again, Farage has been talking about. That's all BS. We're not having it, and we'll be standing up. So can you have an impact? Most definitely. So one of our crucial policies is saying no to usury for any form of national and county shire investments. So if the county, there shouldn't be any interest on that. It should be via treasury money, but it must be a long-term investment by the shire or the county or the nation. And any form of private bank shouldn't be paid interest on that. That's the first thing. The second, and really important, is obviously English independence and explaining to people you'd still have a brotherhood of nations, you'd still have the Commonwealth as such. You can be a republic. People say to me, yeah, but you don't like the monarchy. It's not that I don't like the monarchy, apart from I think they're a bunch of paedophiles and rapists and human traffickers like Andrew. I just want to make sure that everyone's listening to this. Listen, MI6 for everyone who goes in and out of Buckingham Palace. How they didn't know that Jimmy Savile was a purebred paedophile and agrophiliac and all sorts of other stuff, that's beyond me, right? Especially when you're talking about a personal friendship with the King of England, right? It don't add up. These people know everything. They know what you're thinking before you thought it, and he's doing things like that. So it's, in my opinion, it's rubbish. The most important thing that people must understand out there is the monarchy has abolished itself. Why do I say that? That's the question you should be asking. Not do we abolish the monarchy? Has the monarchy abolished itself? And the answer is yes, it has. Why is it? Because it's passed all of its prerogatives to the elected government, right? So to the ministers, there's lots of things going on in Parliament that shouldn't happen constitutionally. We'll be pointing that out, and it will start to vibrate through the communities, and everyone will understand what's going on. So what do I mean by prerogatives? I'll give you an example. In America, the prerogatives of the king were passed to George Washington, and he was asked, do you want to be a king or do you want to be the president? And he said, listen, we've done this, we fought this independence war, what do I want to be a king for, right? Let's do it the right way. And he actually did it the Anglo-Saxon way, which is electing the executive, right? So you can be, in the old days, in Anglo-Saxon times, you could be a peasant. If you was clever and you had merit, you could be elected as the King of England, right? That's the Anglo-Saxon way. So again, America adopted that in its entirety, and that's why you've got a president. But the president has prerogatives of the king. I'll give you the most obvious one, right? Which is the prerogative of mercy. In other words, to pardon someone, right? So when you look at the presidents, all of them, now it's all been passed to the British Parliament. They don't use it. The people who are suffering are the English. And what we're doing is giving all them rights and the common law rights back to the English. We will be voiding and making it known to people that a lot of the laws that they've passed in that British Parliament are ultra-vires, illegal, and we will be putting back where it belongs, the separation of powers, and our monarchy can foxtrot Oscar because they give the powers away. They've tried to make Parliament absolute. And again, I think that's what they're pushing for. I know what they're pushing for in America is the same thing. and then they're gonna, and they've already done it with the FEMA regions. The FEMA regions are not what people think they are in America. It was all created. You can watch my videos on my show. I explain what they're doing to America and how they seek to destroy America. It's already in process, and that's what you're watching. The difference is I've seen it, I've watched it, I've researched it, and I'm showing people that's what they've done to England. That's what they're going to do to America.
Right on. Well, thank you, Daddy Dragon. TN
Hey,
Holmes here. Oh,
Adel,
good. Yeah.
I have an Inside Future Proofs Past type clip of Daddy Dragon in his first speech in Parliament.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Obviously, yeah.
Okay. Here you go, Daddy. This is you on your first speech. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Hold on. Wrong one. Oh, man. Hold on a second. I beg your pardon.
These things happen on live shows. Don't worry. Go on.
Yeah.
Usually it's me fucking it up though, so this is
Yeah, it's
a nice
amazing that I click on the wrong damn thing. I can't believe I did that. That kind of blows it. But hold on a second. It kind of blows it because it's like, okay, deflate the whole thing, right? All right. So here I come back.
I'll tell you one of the things. Carry on and see if you can find that. But if anyone's watched the Cromwell speech in England, that is the type of speech you're going to get from me.
Right on.
I can't.
I'm loving the Daddy Dragon haircut there, son.
I can't believe I did that. So here it is, okay? So this is Daddy Dragon in his first speech. There you go.
That's
the member of Parliament.
That was funny. But
that was a haka. Which did you catch? Did you catch what?
Cromwell, that's the one you really want to be showing. But I will be. Let me tell you something now. When I do speeches, ask anyone. I stand up and give the speech. I don't need notes. I don't need a script. And I will literally launch through and take them point by point by point what they've done to my people, right? And my people are the English. And I don't care what colour you are, what the colour of your skin is. The English Constitution, nowhere does it mention race, right? This is about us having rights, inalienable rights, and we're taking them back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we bring things to our side of the pond, TN, Pinata, do you guys have any questions for Daddy Dragon about the election or anything involving any of the things that he just went over?
It'll be interesting to watch because it's going to be 2024 seems to be a seminal point for both the U.S. and England, or the U.K. in general, because as goes England, goes the U.K. And then extend that to Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to watch two very, very key elections.
I don't know how it's going. I do agree with you entirely. And again, I have said this: November the 5th isn't about Guy Fawkes over here. Technically, it is, but that's not the one you should be interested in. November the 5th was the day the Orange Man landed in Brixham in Devon. November the 5th, 1688. The Protestant prince who come from Holland and technically liberated England from the Catholics and then enshrined it with the glorious revolution. November the 5th, 1688, crucial day. And what do they say? Orange man bad.
Yeah, exactly. There's no coincidence there either. Um, very, very good. So, Daddy Dragon, I gotta ask you, have you been following all this nonsense happening on our side of the pond with Donald Trump, the convictions, 34 felonies in New York? What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Well, what's a felony between friends? I have been following it. Again, I believe it's all optics. I'm being honest with you. I think a lot of the things that Q was coming out with have started to come to fruition. A lot of people was, saying a load of BS and all that. I've got a funny feeling you're going to see some things start to happen. And if you look at what's happening now, and you look at the fact that in reality, they've shown you that you can arrest a president, you can arrest someone who's running for the office. You can do this. That's what they're showing you. I would suggest to you in October, November, December, January time, you might see some arrests. And again, the way I see it, it's about optics, and what they've done is shown people what's good for the goose is good for the gander, except they have more evidence on the people who have committed treason. And I do not believe that President Trump or his administration were in any way treasonous or corrupt. You're obviously going to get some bad people. But I think this is deep, deep. So, yeah, I have been watching it. It's made a mockery of the judiciary in America. Some people have said, that America's justice system is completely broken. I've seen some people in this country saying, thank God we've still got a judiciary in England. We haven't. Ours is far worse, far worse. And I'm giving the American people that are listening to this, don't forget in 1933, the British abolished grand juries. They're now the Chief Justice, the previous one and this one, but both Fabians, want to abolish juries completely, right? They want to take the nation into what's known as an administrative state, just like the European Union, which is the old Roman system. Which is the original form of communism. And when you understand that, you can see the same processes they're putting in place. Why are they attacking the Texas border? Because Texas, common law jurisdiction, and adopted the English common law in its entirety. And that's what they don't like. And I mean, Texas is the nearest culture to England that you can see. And they're beautiful people. It's a beautiful state. And I believe it should be independent. And I'm not having a go, again, I say this to everyone, I'm not having a go at Americans, but the 1860s and the Civil War was when the British retook control of the United States of America. And it wasn't just about slavery, it was about control. And they've got control of you. They've got you by the bollocks, basically. And what you've got to do now is take that nation back. And we have to do the same with England. The bit I worry about is the closeness of Farage and President Trump. That worries me because I know Farage is not a good guy.
Right on. That's something definitely to be conscious of. All right. So I want to get more into some of the stuff surrounding President Trump, and we are going to go exclusively to pill.net in about 5 minutes, probably after we do this next story here. So all of you guys watching, I know we have some viewers that don't typically hang out with us on Rumble, coming in from the Full English Show. Guys, there's links in the live chat. I'm putting a link in the live chat, and there's also one in the video description down below on Rumble to pill.net. We're going to be there exclusively in the second hour. So please come on over. If you can't get to the link for whatever reason, just go to pilled.net on your browser and you'll just search for us 412 Productions, or all the live channels. There's thumbnails for them. So if you're on mobile, just go to the top of your screen. You'll see all the channels that are live across the top. Or if you're on desktop, you just look to the left-hand side. You'll see all the live channels on the left-hand side, or a black and gold thumbnail. Same one you see there on Rumble. Or again, just go to the search bar and go to 412 Productions. We'll pop right up. You'll get right on into the show, and we hope to see you guys over there. But we had talked yesterday about, is there some kind of plan to replace Donald Trump if he has to do jail time, or if, because of these convictions. There was an article in the Epoch Times says RNC making backup plans for presidential nomination if Trump is sentenced to prison. So it says, with former President Donald Trump facing the possibility of being sentenced to prison just days before the Republican National Convention, GOP officials are formulating backup plans in case the president isn't able to receive the Republican Party's presidential nomination in person. Quote, we'll be thinking about it, and we're working on that right now, RNC Chair Michael Whatley told Newsmax in an interview on June 4th. When asked whether the Republican Party is preparing for the possibility the former president can't attend the convention because he's behind bars. The convention, which will take place in Milwaukee on July 15th through the 18th, is expected to draw thousands, but President Trump might not be one of them, given his recent felony conviction and the possibility that on July 11th, Justin Juan Merchant could sentence him to prison. President Trump was recently found guilty of 34 blah, 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 blah.
No, it was. They need to stop doing that. That is not what it was. That's the framing. That's the bullshit framing. That's not what that was.
Well, the 34 of falsifying business records, you mean that aspect of
Just
it?
the way that they're saying it, because even just promoting or even repeating that, it's nonsense. It's propaganda.
Yeah. No, I agree. So it goes on to say here, the former president and his attorneys have vowed to appeal the conviction, with President Trump even calling on the U.S. Supreme Court to step in before the sentencing date and overturn the guilty verdict. While a former Manhattan district attorney predicted that President Trump would receive no prison time regardless of any legal process, GOP officials say they'll be ready to handle whatever scenario presents itself at the convention. Quote, we expect that Donald Trump is going to be in Milwaukee, and he's going to be able to accept that nomination, Mr. Whatley said. And if not, we'll make whatever contingency planning we need to make for it. While Mr. Whatley didn't provide specifics about the contingency plans, he says the RNC will certainly have a plan in place to make sure President Trump receives the nomination no matter what. Quote, we want to have a show that is going to roll out Donald Trump and his vision for America, which is going to set up this election cycle, Mr. Whatley said, while expressing confidence that President Trump will become America's 47th president when the election day dust settles in November. In response to Mr. Whatley preparing for the possibility of Donald Trump virtually addressing the Republican National Convention, DNC Rapid Response Director Alex Floyd released the following statement, quote, even before Donald Trump became a convicted felon, his inner circle was already staffed by a roster of convicts and fraudsters brought on board for their loyalty to Trump and his MAGA agenda over the rule of law. Now Trump's handpicked RNC chair is openly floating Trump calling into the convention from a jail cell because the Republican Party has become completely beholden to a criminal who is willing to undermine our justice system and our democracy to pursue his agenda of revenge and retribution. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, a Democrat who brought the case against President Trump, has not indicated whether he will ask for a prison sentence.
I'm surprised he was able to give that statement with that deep state cock in his mouth.
Because it was on the other end.
That's hilarious. President Trump's lead attorney, Todd Blanche, said after the guilty verdict was handed down that it's unlikely President Trump would be sentenced to prison given his age, and he's a first-time offender. Trump attorney Will Scarf told ABC News on June 2nd that the former president will speedily appeal the unjust verdict. I think this case is replete with reversible error, he told the outlet. We plan to vigorously defend President Trump's rights in the appellate courts all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court if necessary. So I'll leave this here, but the point is that there's no real plan to replace Donald Trump.
Yep,
he is the nominee. They're going to make sure that he takes his rightful place as the nominee. He is what the Republican people want. He is clearly the most popular candidate in this election, and they're not going to allow a bunch of aristocrats in New York and the federal government or whoever kneecap his trip, his journey back to the White House. So put him in a jail cell, don't put him in a jail cell, do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. This man will be running for president. This man will be the nominee, and you're not going to lawfare him out of the opportunity. So just to put everyone's minds at rest there a little bit. There you go. When we come back on the other side, I've got a little article about some poll numbers since the conviction. I promised you guys I would try to find that. And I don't know if there's more stuff out there. I saw Richard Barris was on with Jack Posobiec earlier today. Maybe I'll see if I can't dig up a clip of that as well. But I'll get into some poll numbers, and then we'll talk more about the TikTok thing, because TN sent me some pretty interesting stuff on that. And then I also want to get into this new executive order on the border and talk about that as well. Plus, there's a bunch of other updates around all the other legal things happening with Donald Trump. Judge Aileen Cannon, there's action there. Fannie Willis, all kind of stuff going on. So we'll see what we could get to here in hour number 2. But again, that will be exclusively on pilled.net. So again, if you're watching on Rumble, DLive, CloudHub, Odyssey, or Twitter, jump over to pilled.net for hour number 2. The link is in the Rumble description, in the Rumble live chat. I'll throw it in the DLive chat as well. Again, or just go to pilled.net in your browser and find us at 412 Productions. We'll be right back.
Pilled.net is proud to host 412 Productions, exclusively on the true home of free speech. To continue watching the show, we are here to help you over to Pilled. If you're new to the platform, just click on the welcome link provided. It will then automatically walk you through signing up for your free account. If you already have a Pilled.net account, follow the link provided directing you straight to 412 Productions channel. We are excited to have you join the Pilled family, and if you have any questions at all, please email support@pilled.net. Enjoy the rest of 412 Productions on Pilled.net. Free speech lives here.
All right, we are back. Thank you. Big thank you to everyone who did pop over to pilled.net for hour number 2. Those of you who won't be joining us, no worries. I'll be back tomorrow with Frankie Val of the Quite Frankly Show, Zach Payne of Red Pill 78 for Taking It Back. We'll go from 4 to 5 p.m. I'll probably do some kind of overtime also in the second hour tomorrow. At least that's the plan as of right now. So we'll see how that goes. And then Friday, we've got Ben and Tina Garrison wrapping up the week with us, which will be a lot of fun as well. Ben and Tina of GurGraphics.com. So again, we got one more hour here on pilled.net. Hope to see you over there. If not, hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. We'll catch you guys next time.